What actually powers the stroke? Which muscles matter? How do we get them involved in the stroke if they're not? Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. If swimmers want to go fast, they need to use the strongest and most powerful muscles of the upper body to create a lot of propulsion. The lats are big, strong, and powerful muscles, and a coach recently asked me if the lats are an important component of fast swimming. The answer to that question is definitely yes. We want swimmers to use the lats to go fast. The coach already had a great intuition that this was the case and was already ready with the next question, which is how do we make that happen? And that's the question I'm going to answer in this video. The coach also came up with some really great cues about how to help swimmers think about using their lats while they swim. And while cues can be effective, I think the starting point is helping swimmers feel the lats working in movements that are similar to swimming. And then they can try to recreate those same sensations while they're actually swimming. And that's when the cues can be really helpful. After they can start to understand and feel the lats working, then the cues serve as a really great reminder. So let's dive into how I like to help swimmers feel how to use their lats when they swim. My first go-to is always wall pull. It's simple, it's effective, it can be done anywhere and by anyone. And it's swimmer proof. They can't screw it up, and I'm always looking for solutions that swimmers can't mess up. All they have to do is press down and squeeze. And because the arm is in a position where they have to use the lats, they're going to learn how to feel them, and they're going to learn how to create a contraction in those muscles. You can also do a different version where the swimmer is using one arm and they're turned to the side. This version can also be helpful because swimmers can use the non-working arm to actually palpate and touch their lats. They should be able to feel them contracting, and they should be able to feel them get hard when they pull and squeeze down into the wall. You can play with all sorts of different positions to help swimmers better feel this key skill. You can have them hold a static position, or you can actually have them move up and down slightly to feel the muscles moving and feel the muscles working to create movement. I really like wall pull because it's practical. It can be done in between sets, it can actually be done in between repetitions, and it requires no equipment. It's a quick and easy way to help swimmers learn to access the ability to feel the lats. And it puts the forearm in the right position to move water backwards. Swimmers not only feel the lats working, but they feel them working in the right way and in the right positions. Now, while wall pull is my go-to, I like to have other options. Using stretch cords is one of those options. Simply have swimmers pull against the cord and create tension. I particularly like holds and really slow motions because it better helps swimmers feel the key contraction that we're looking for. The movement itself isn't that important, it's the squeeze that we want. That helps them connect to their lats and help them feel their lats working. With stretch cords, the positions aren't quite as good as with the wall pull, and swimmers have to get out of the water to make it happen, and you do need stretch cords. However, it's an effective alternative, and it does provide a slightly different feel, which can be useful. For some swimmers, it might be what they need to make it all work. The next solution that I really like is squeezing a water polo ball in the armpit. It's particularly effective, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a water polo ball. It could just be something that's similarly shaped and similarly sized. The goal again is to squeeze, so swimmers are just going to squeeze the ball and they'll have to use the lats in order to do so. As with wall pull with one arm, they can use the opposite arm to actually feel the lats and make sure that they're contracting, make sure they're getting hard when they apply pressure. It's simple, it's effective. If you want to do something in the water, you can actually have your swimmers put their arm over the lane line and just squeeze the lane line, and you should be able to do so without causing any damage to the lane line itself. It's the exact same idea. They're trying to feel the contraction of squeezing the elbow to the side and using the lats to make it happen. It's a slightly different feel from wall pull or using a cord. And when helping swimmers learn, it's useful to have a lot of different options to teach, as that provides the best opportunity for them to find success. Now, just using these exercises isn't magic. Swimmers have to figure out how to actually make it happen in the water. One of my favorite strategies is immediately after doing some of these lat-based exercises is to have them swim right away. You could use some simple drills or even full stroke swimming, and the idea is for them to feel that same contraction when they pull. So for freestyle, something like underwater recovery can work really well when done after some of these lat-based exercises. It's a really simple drill. They're just focusing on pulling straight back, and that can help them feel the contraction without too many distractions. For butterflies, something like power pulls can work. Same idea, it's a super simple exercise where swimmers can focus on using the lats without too many distractions. Again, because they're moving forward through the water, it's going to be even more specific than when doing the exercises on land or on the wall. The idea is just to go back and forth between the lat work and the swimming. At first, it may take some time and some repetitions for swimmers to actually feel these skills. And by going back and forth, it's going to provide them with more opportunities to take what they're feeling during the lat exercises into their actual swimming. And after some drilling, you'll eventually want to take it to full stroke swimming, as being able to use the lats during full stroke swimming is what really matters. So once they can start to feel it a little bit during the drills, start adding some full stroke swimming and see if they can make that same connection. It can take time to develop this skill, so be patient and keep practicing. Sooner than later, it's going to start to show up. Once you move into the actual swimming activities, it can be useful to incorporate different hand postures. Things like closed fist, OK signs, pinch paddles, upside down paddles, these can all be really effective. They all encourage swimmers to use the forearm, and they can impact the ability to use the lats indirectly. It can further help swimmers focus in on what matters. Same thing with resistance work. It makes things more difficult, and swimmers have to work harder to use the lats to create propulsion. Buoys can also be great as they isolate and overload the arms. And for swimmers struggling to feel the lats in combination with those lat exercises, they have to use the arms to move forward through the water, increasing the chances that they're going to figure out how to use the lats to make that happen. I've talked about all these strategies in the past in different ways. The same principles apply. You're just adding the lat-specific work before doing any of the other swimming work. This can make whatever you're doing even more effective. From there, it's all about creativity. You're just combining these different strategies in different ways to positively impact the skills you're trying to develop. Try different things because you never know what's going to work and what's going to work for specific swimmers. Just remember the basic strategy. Help them feel the contraction of the muscles, in this case, the lats. Then immediately try to help them. Then immediately have them swim and have them try to make those same sensations, get those same contractions when they're actually swimming. At first, you may have to use a lot of drills, resistance, hand postures, or buoys to get that to happen. As soon as you can, you want to try to get them doing regular full stroke swimming and feeling the same things. For some, it might happen quickly, and for others, it may take a little bit more time. Be patient, play the long game, and it's going to come. Hope that was helpful, and as always, keep it simple.